High in the northern reaches of India, where the air thins and the sky presses closer to the earth, there is a road that does something no road should ever do. Drivers stop their vehicles, they turn off the engines, they release the brakes, and instead of rolling backward, the cars begin to move forward. Slowly, silently, uphill. No push, no slope that looks steep enough to allow it. No visible force at work. Just a narrow strip of asphalt, and a machine that appears to climb it on its own. Some call it magnetism. Some call it an anomaly. Some call it a trick of the eye. But nearly everyone who stands here leaves with the same quiet question. If gravity always pulls downward, what exactly is this road obeying? This place is called Magnetic Hill, and its true power is not in what it does to cars, but in what it reveals about the human mind. Magnetic Hill lies in Ladakh, a high-altitude desert cradled within the Himalayas. Here, mountains stretch across the horizon like frozen waves. Their peaks carry snow year-round. Their slopes glow bronze and copper in the sun. The air is thin, dry. Every sound seems to travel farther than it should. At over 11,000 feet above sea level, this region belongs more to the sky than to the lowlands. Clouds cast slow-moving shadows across valleys. Wind sculpts the earth into wide, open forms. There are few trees, nothing to anchor the eye. And when the eye loses its anchors, distance and direction begin to soften. There is no dramatic entrance to Magnetic Hill. No gates, no ticket booths. Just a sign beside the road with a simple instruction. Park your vehicle here, turn off the engine, release the brakes. Visitors pull over. Some are tourists, some are truck drivers, some are local families, some are soldiers from nearby bases. The procedure is always the same. The car is brought to a stop inside a painted rectangle on the road. The engine goes silent. The brake pedal is released. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, slowly, the car begins to move. When stories of Magnetic Hill first spread, they did not travel as scientific reports. They travelled as whispers. Truck drivers spoke of engines that wouldn't stay still. Soldiers spoke of vehicles pulled forward against expectation. Travellers carried the tale from village to village. Soon the land itself was blamed. Some said powerful minerals lay buried beneath the mountains. Others spoke of unseen forces in the rock, of ancient energy lines, of invisible currents. The name Magnetic Hill took hold, and once a name takes root, it shapes the questions people ask. Visitors arrived expecting magnetism, expecting mystery, expecting something external. But what they found was far closer and far more unsettling. To understand Magnetic Hill, you have to step away from the demonstration. You have to look outward. The road sits inside a shallow valley. Behind it, the land slopes downward toward a distant horizon of tilted peaks. The mountains in the background rise sharply. They dominate the field of view. They become the visual ruler your brain chooses. And your brain, without asking you, decides they are level. Once that decision is made, everything else is judged against them. The road, which actually slopes gently downward, now appears to slope upward. Your sense of flat is stolen. Your sense of down is rewritten. And when the car rolls naturally downhill, your eyes reinterpret the motion upward. This is not a trick placed on the road. It is a trick placed in perception. The human brain does not feel gravity directly. It constructs it from visual reference, from inner ear balance, from muscle tension. Your inner ear senses acceleration and tilt, but it is imprecise. Your muscles sense effort, but they are easily fooled. So the brain leans heavily on sight. It trusts horizons, vertical lines, distant references. When those references are reliable, your sense of gravity feels absolute. When they are not, gravity becomes negotiable. At Magnetic Hill, the distant mountains offer false horizontals. The wide open sky provides no corrective. There are no trees, no buildings, no ocean line, nothing to contradict the illusion. So the brain accepts it. And once accepted, motion itself is redefined. Engineers and scientists have measured Magnetic Hill many times. With modern tools, with satellite data, with surveying equipment. The result has always been the same. The road slopes downward. Very gently, but consistently. It is gravity that moves the car. The same gravity that keeps your feet on the ground. The same gravity that shaped these mountains. Nothing more, nothing less. And yet, even when people are shown the measurements, they still feel the climb. Because the part of the brain that understands numbers is not the part that governs balance. You can know the truth and still experience the illusion. Magnetic Hill is not isolated. Across the world, similar roads exist. In Pennsylvania, where cars appear to roll uphill through wooded valleys. In South Africa, where buses seem to climb gentle slopes. In Australia. In South Korea. In Argentina. Different landscapes, different cultures. The same illusion. Every time, the pattern repeats. A sloped foreground, a steeper background, a hidden horizon, and a human brain eager to resolve contradiction. These places are often called gravity hills, spook hills, mystery roads, but they are all expressions of the same fragile truth. Your experience of reality depends on context. Remove the context, and certainty collapses. Magnetic Hill does not shock. It does not roar. It does not explode. It whispers. It asks the body to witness something the mind insists cannot be true. And when the body agrees with the eyes, the mind is left unmoored. This is why people laugh, why they repeat the test, why they bring friends. Not because they expect a miracle, but because they want to feel that fracture again. That moment when the rules wobble. It is rare in adulthood to encounter something that feels as though it should not exist. Magnetic Hill offers that. A controlled failure of certainty. Your balance system evolved for forests, for cliffs, for uneven terrain, for survival. It did not evolve for wide, open, horizonless spaces. When the brain loses reliable verticals, it falls back on comparison. Which slope is bigger? Which surface dominates the eye? Which line feels longest? At Magnetic Hill, the mountains always win. They become the anchor. The road becomes the anomaly. And the anomaly is forced to conform. Down becomes up. Up becomes uncertain. The world is not recalculated. It is interpreted. What makes Magnetic Hill remarkable is not how easily it is explained. It is how stubbornly it persists. Visitors arrive skeptical. They record the demonstration. They measure with their own apps. They read the science. And still, they watch their car roll. And still, their stomach tightens. Because perception does not ask permission. It reacts. It commits. It creates experience first, and only afterward allows explanation to chase it. In Episode 1, the Santa Cruz Mystery Spot, we stepped inside a forest cabin where walls tilted perception. At Magnetic Hill, there are no walls, no ceilings, no hidden angles, just open earth. And that makes this place more unsettling. Because if a building can mislead you, perhaps you expect it. But when the land itself seems to disagree with something as ancient as gravity, the doubt sinks deeper. If the earth can feel wrong, what else have you trusted without question? The road at Magnetic Hill does not climb. But the mind insists it does. And that insistence tells us something important. Your experience of reality is not dictated by physics. It is negotiated between sensation, expectation, and interpretation. At Magnetic Hill, the Earth does not defy gravity. It exposes perception. It shows us how easily the brain can be persuaded to rewrite something it has always known. And once you have seen that happen, you do not leave unchanged. Because long after the car stops moving, the question remains. If gravity can feel optional, what else have we mistaken for certainty? Next time, we enter a place where architecture itself reshapes the human body, and people appear to grow and shrink as they walk. A place called the Oregon Vortex.